We just waiting for the building to fill up, y'all. As soon as you guys come to the building, I make no delay. I need everybody to make sure you guys hit that like button. That part. All right, y'all. It looks like the reception is down low, so I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today, but hopefully you guys have seen it at home. This is the resolution's clear. I hope this is not freezing. You know what I mean? That part. All right, yo, that's enough of that. L.O.T.S Proof Media, DSTM, Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode number 125, that part. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. You guys do me a favor. As soon as you guys come in the building, let's not be ninja watchers. That's people that be creeping and watching. You know, the casual watcher, right? They don't really engage. I need you guys to make sure you guys hit that like button as soon as you guys come in the building. Once you got to the like button, what that allows YouTube to do is to take this content, push it forward, and recommend it to their audience. Grab it and then shoot it through the universe, shoot it through their algorithm, right? And bring it to their audience. Thank you guys in advance. Now, you guys, we got a lot to speak about today. Once again, it's episode number 125, but I don't want to just even go into the topics right now. Let me just give my intro. All right, let's start this off properly. Listen, you guys, I'm the incomparable. The author imitate but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. I go by the name L.O.T.S approved. You guys, that's an acronym. It stands for the Lord of the Streets, leader of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. When I say living off the streets, I'm referring to eating off the land. We are hustlers, so we eat what we kill here. That part. All right. I want to let you guys know this is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. And I want to welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Episode number 125. Amazing. That part. Once again, you guys, this is the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. Remember, I told you. All right. Big up to Charlie Charger in the building. That part. You guys, as soon as you come in the building, make sure you guys are sharing this and sharing this with your family. Everybody got people that love them. Shout out to Charlie Charger, a supporter of this platform from day one. Shout out to my brother. You guys keep in mind, share this platform with everybody. We need to get this out here. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do it manually. Sometimes YouTube does not hit the note. They don't notify the subscribers and things of that nature. It just comes with the territory. So I need you guys to do that at home. All right. Big up to Charlie Charger in the building. Now, once again, you guys, this is the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. Remember, I told you we speak things into manifestation. All right. I'm public enemy number one. I'm considered the top op. And you guys have realized that. We speak things into existence here. Now, we got some special topics to speak about. This week is very interesting, per usual. I don't know how you guys seeing the climate of where we at right now. ISIS, deportation, big conversation right now. Obviously I'm Haitian, right? So this directly affects me and my Caribbean family, just the supporters of this platform and things of that nature, right? Also, as of recently, Kanye West was seen at the Diddy trial with Bianca. Hold up. All right. Also, obviously, well, 50 Cent, we're gonna speak about 50 Cent and Daphne, 50 Cent's baby mother. So, you know, in a nutshell. Now, also, I want to speak about well, you know, we gotta speak about Antonio Brown recently being arrested, all right, for attempted murder. And that's one of the main topics of today. And obviously, we're going to start off with that. Once again, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are sharing this with your comrades and your loved ones. That part. I wish I could expand this. I want to expand this this part right here where they're showing comments. YouTube, StreamYard added this, or YouTube added this feature now. So now you guys can leave comments on the page. All right. This is something new if you guys see in the right-hand corner here. I wish I could expand it a little bit, but we're gonna speak about Antonio Brown also. What else we got here? Kendrick Lamar concert. Hold up. Shots fired once again. Shots fired in Canada. All right. Kendrick Lamar. And we talked hot topic, a lot to speak about today. All right, let's start off with this. Let's just speak about the climate of things right now. There's a lot of things going on with deportation. We're not going to go too into it because this is not a political channel, right? And YouTube don't like people that go too much into politics. But we have to speak about this because this affects my community, obviously the Caribbean community, obviously us all, because all of us got friends. You know what I mean? If you're not Haitian or Jamaican or you're not Spanish, Mexican or whatever, by some 6 degrees of separation, we all kind of are related in some way, right? We have friends. Nonetheless, I see you guys see what's going on in Cali right now. Troops deployed, but not actually touching, not actually making land. I think the Coast Guard is not Coast Guard, but yeah, I think let me see. I know the Marines. There's over 700 Marines, but they have yet to be deployed, right? But nonetheless, they have released some military. And you guys see what's going on. It's all over the nation. You guys see what's going on with Mexico, with the people in Cali, right? I don't know how you guys feel about saying it's coming down here to us. This is a Florida-based platform, and you already see how the sheriffs in Brevard County, how they were speaking about what would take place if the same thing happens that's happening right now in California. Big standoff in California. People marching. Nation divided in a sense. But at the same time, people are remaining in unison. People being pulled out at funerals. People are being pulled out at graduations. Places that you least expect, ISIS is showing up. ICE, I keep saying ISIS. Well, ICE is showing up. All right. And everybody feels like they're at jeopardy, obviously. But this is trickling down to Florida. And you guys don't know, Brevard County, the officers have spoke. I'm not going to play the video. But the officers spoke about people that plan on doing the same thing that's going on in Cali. We don't have to be long-winded with this. I don't want to stay too long with this. But nonetheless, for those that have intentions of throwing projectiles at officers, spitting at officers, rebelling, they're giving us forewarning of the measures that they're going to take in order to keep this thing, keep it contained, right? The man was very adamant and clear about their intentions, their approach towards this. I've never seen this before, but though it's happened before, right? At one point, I asked somebody at one point, when did this happen? I'm not sure if it was in the 60s. Things were close to martial law like it is now. But nonetheless, I don't know how Florida's going to react to this as in protesting. Now, I know there's some new laws that came in about protesting. So I'm curious to know how we're going to go about this and how people are going to react, knowing that they're prepared now because they already see the response that they got in California. So you can imagine how they're prepared now for Florida. California is kind of like that's a test, right? It's like a test. But now, in reference to Florida, now they're prepared. So you got a lot of Florida residents right now, primarily Caribbean, but we have Caribbean. That's multicultural, Haitian, Jamaican, Spanish, different races. the sheriff in Brevard County is letting you know that they're going to be taking some serious measures in order to combat this. If this potentially happens again, the same thing happens in Cali. So they're speaking about the gentleman throwing projectiles at the vehicles, officers being spat on once again, cars, people standing in front of vehicles. All right. It looks like as if they're not going for none of that. Right. And there's a lot of threats behind that. And we all hear the threats, people being unalive. Let's be quite frank. He's speaking about hurting people, right? If they're spat on, people standing in front of the vehicles once again. I couldn't tell you where this is gonna go. I've never been in this country. I've never bear witness what's going on, right? But they say history repeats itself. Like I said, I don't want to stay too long in this, but I want everybody to make sure that you guys are mentally prepared for what may take place. All right. Make sure you guys doing your research right now. Do a lot of research, right? There's a lot of misconceptions. No, it's not martial law. Some people are under the impression that martial law will be put in place. The governor of California obviously is against it. There's a lot of things that I'm not going to speak about once again because I didn't really do extensive research because I don't plan on going too much into politics, right? But let's come out of the let's approach this from a different angle. Let's get out of the politics because you see when it comes to the politics, once again, YouTube is not, they don't embrace that, right? So it don't make no sense for me to go deep into this. But this is what I want to speak about. Recently, I had a friend of mine that's he's in ICE. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he's in ICE. He's in Chrome detention, right? I'm hearing of people. I'm hearing of women, particularly, threatening their men to call ICE on them. Listen, hold up. I'm hearing, not only hearing, but I'm seeing. I know of 2 gentlemen that are right now in Chrome detention center because their wife called them folks on them. So you gotta understand when you're not when you into other races, but I know this happens a lot in the black community where the black woman, and it pains me to say this, but they always threaten the black man about incarceration. One of the biggest fears a black man can have is being arrested, right? You in the hands of the law, the officer, you don't know how they're gonna deal with you, right? We typically get the raw end of the deal. You know, the same thing with the Meg Thee Stallion. She said she was scared to say something about Tory because she thought they was gonna do something to Tory. It's the same scenario. But some women are taking it, some women are going to the extremes of threatening their husband with deportation. This is a thing now. This is a thing in our community. We have women in our community that are threatening their husbands, their boyfriends of deportation. And you guys, it's happening. It's really happening. All right. I have a couple people, friends of mine, that I know right now in Chrome. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. There's certain things that we do in our community that we kind of like, we're a cancer to ourselves. We kind of like, how would you say, we're it's like being a cannibal. It's like we're our own worst enemies. If a black man, you're in your own household, you have to be scared of your own wife turning you in. I thought it was the other way around. I thought during the slave movement, and it brings you back to slavery because in the sense of, you know, we oppressed and we the most targeted, right? And black man has to deal with inside of his own home with his own woman threatening him of giving him to his, bringing him to his demise, bringing him to his enemies, delivering him to the master. Dare I say it? Imagine the slave and imagine the slave in the field threatening to give up a slave to the master. And this. And I hate to say it like that and be so dramatic, but that's kind of like the feeling I'm getting. Because in the sense, you guys, every black man is scared of going to jail. In the sense, we talking about relationships. Black people don't like jail. I know Haitian people, they don't like jail. So if you threaten anything about police, you'll have them on edge. And this is what's going on in our community right now. Women in particular, I'm not seeing men doing it. Women in relationships are threatening their significant other, their husband, their boyfriend, of getting them deported, of calling them folks, having them placed in Chrome, knowing that their papers are not good. Knowing that their papers are not good. And that saddens me, right? It's a black eye in our community. The same way I call it like we're cannibals. We tear down our own leaders in our community. White folks don't do that. Black people will tear down our own leaders as if we have that many leaders to tear down, right? We're lacking in that department, but we still have that audacity to tear down our own leaders. Well, in our communities now, you have the black woman removing the black man from the home by threatening him of deportation, right? So this is what we're facing right now. And I just want to bring that to you guys' attention. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but I'm seeing that. And that's scary to me. And we got to speak about topics like this at hand. Big shout out to Travis Bull in the building. Big up Travis, all right? Reggae artist, Travis Bull. Big up yourself. Big up Uno self, all right? Big up to the whole Jamaican Caribbean community. Travis, you know what I'm saying. Charlie, you know what I'm saying. These women are threatening. And I love my black woman. This is not about demonizing black women, but this is something that we face in our community that we have to speak about. And this has to stop. You can't be threatening your husband of deportation. And think about on the grounds that this thing is based off of, right? Half the time they don't deserve that outcome. A regular fight in your household can result in a woman calling police and having you extracted from your home and deported. Exiled, I call it. All right? L.O.T.S Prove Me, the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 125. You guys, this is the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. Remember, I told you that. The most dangerous show on God's green earth. Remember, I told you. Now, moving right along. We'll speak about that in later times, all right? Let's talk about, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Talk about Antonio Brown. Recently, you guys, Antonio Brown was, there's a warrant placed out for Antonio Brown. You already know, NFL superstar. You already know he's no stranger to controversy. This man is seen everywhere, all right? And he's a bad boy. I mean, you got to give the man his credit, right? He's always in the blogs. You know what I mean? And he's unapologetic. Such is the same as now. Nonetheless, nothing has changed. All right, you guys, there's an attempted murder warrant placed out for Antonio Brown. And I'm going to read what they're saying in the news article. All right. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. But nonetheless, Antonio Brown, he attended a boxing match. I think it had to do with Adin Ross, a white boy. He's a streamer, right? And during this match, something ensued outside of the match. All right, outside of the match, Antonio Brown was seen. He got into an altercation with some gentlemen. Now, in this altercation, looks like Antonio Brown, there was a scuffle that took place. I don't want to play it on YouTube, but during the scuffle, Antonio Brown was seen or heard, he was seen running with a firearm. And I'm not saying that this is online, right? He's running with the firearm. Shots rang. Nonetheless, shots were fired. Listen, hold up. Shots was fired. Very appropriate. Nonetheless, nobody was injured by the grace of God, right? Now, I don't know what took place. According to Antonio Brown, there was an attempted robbery. They tried to rob Antonio Brown. All right. It was told that it was Antonio Brown. Let me pull this up here also. It was said to be Antonio Brown and a rapper that goes by the name of Lil Pump. All right, you guys, Lil Pump. You already know Lil Pump. Gucci gang. Little Spanish Kid, home team. Now, both these gentlemen, they home team. Big shout out to Antonio Brown. He's home team. All right, as well as Lil Pump, Carol City, home team, right? That's the irony. And I'm hearing it's those crews that were going at it. Now, nonetheless, like I said, Antonio Brown is seen running with a firearm, letting off shots. Now, typically, if you was getting robbed, according to Mr. Brown, right, you're going to defend yourself. So there's nothing strange there, right? That's something that would happen. There's no blame there, right? That would be considered self-defense if that's what he's saying, that they tried to rob him. But you see, if you've seen in the video, Antonio Brown's getting jumped. Now, credit to Antonio Brown. He's holding his own. Gangster, Miami shit. The man is holding his own. I told you, Antonio Brown, though, Antonio Brown toss a good game, but he backs it up. So unlike most individuals that talk like that, talk so reckless, you got to give him some type of credit because he stands on what he be saying, right? Such was the same that day. That looked like consistent with what he's been bringing to the table and his character. So Antonio Brown was seen once again running with a firearm after being allegedly jumped, letting off shots. Now, this is the strange part. Antonio Brown, I think, was taken into custody for maybe all of like 1 or 2 hours, maybe a couple minutes. I'm not sure. I don't even know if he was actually put inside of into custody, like put in a cop car, right? But I know he was detained, obviously. Now, the irony, not the irony, but the what threw me, he got released. And he got released fast. Now, I was confused as to how Antonio Brown got released so fast. You guys got to keep in mind, I've been through a lot of trouble in my life. You know what I mean? And trouble's easy to get in and hard to get out. I'm going to be quite honest with you. So when I seen Antonio Brown get released so fast, it threw me for a loop. I ain't never seen nobody get released so fast from a charge like that. This man let off shots, and he's on camera. Now, the way Adin Ross and them was like, the way they said, oh, it happened to AB, Adin Ross was surprised. But to see AB walk out of that situation after letting off shots, you got jumped. It's not alleged. We saw it on camera. Antonio Brown got jumped by Lil Pump's crew. Remember, they both Miami. Once again, this is Carol City. I'm not sure where Antonio Brown from. Liberty City, I don't know where Miami from. But the kid is homebred. He's home team, right? Y'all know how Miami niggas get down. So typically, I give him credit. Salute to that. Lil Pump don't surprise me either. Y'all niggas, let me tell you, when you talking about Miami, I don't care how y'all look at shit like, or how they dress. You know, Antonio Brown might dress a little provocative. You know, he do the Kanye West thing, fashionista. You know, Lil Pump kind of like, he dress a little like, little funny, little how you call that, emo and whoop-de-woo. Don't get it twisted. Same thing as his thugger. They thugging. And you seen that online. Antonio Brown reacted instantly. Antonio Brown seen throwing hands with, it looked like about 5, 6 niggas he's throwing hands with, right? I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it was a back and forth. And he stayed throwing them. I call them bananas. I'm Haitian. We throw bananas, that green banana. He was throwing them bananas. So Antonio Brown was giving it up. Antonio Brown was holding his own, dog. Getting jumped by like 5, 6 niggas. Holding his own. Respectfully. But how he got released so fast, it threw me for a loop. Like I tell you, I get in trouble here. Miami, I get in trouble here. My whole life, dealing with police, being incarcerated, getting locked up, being detained. I ain't never seen nobody shoot a gun and get released so fast. I ain't never seen somebody be spoken to, interrogated. I know you don't necessarily got to go down to interrogation, but it's like a pre-interrogation. The officer's gonna ask you what happened, right? It's gonna take a little time. Now, you guys let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section. But typically, if a firearm, if shots are fired, you got jumped. It's a big event, a lot of chaos, a lot of people. I don't know how they were able to interview Antonio Brown and make that determination so fast and then release that man back to the party. Antonio Brown, let's be clear, Antonio Brown got jumped, allegedly, not allegedly, he got jumped. They allegedly tried to rob him, right? But he got released within like 30 to 45 minutes, no more than an hour. This man was released. Back streaming with Adin Ross. Now, if you know Adin Ross. Adin Ross is one of the top streamers right now. And I'm going to give it to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat might be number one, respectfully. Shout out to Zoe, because he's Zoe. The Adin's up there too with Ross. He's up there with Kai. Right? He went right back to streaming. He went right back to streaming with Adin. Now, they were happy. They embraced Antonio. Right? Now, after all this took place, Antonio was back doing his thing. Obviously, right? Looking impartial, looking like he was just looking like he wasn't bothered that much. He looked like that was just something a regular thing for him. He didn't look like he was too distraught by what took place, right? But same time, you guys, once again, I was thrown because I never see somebody get interrogated and released so fast. I've never seen that, and especially to go right back to the party. It's not like the man told you go home. Usually police be like, yo, break this up. Y'all go home with the woo. Now, I understand that they're doing something like they're streaming, so they're doing an event, so he's obligated, woo contractually. I don't know. So they just let things go. It's not your typical house party, right? But let's be clear, if it was some regular shit inside the hood, they probably would have been shut that down. But nonetheless, Antonio Brown was able to go back to Adin Ross and continue streaming, is what I'm trying to say. Now, Adin Ross and then they was happy. But like I said, I was confused. Now, fast forward today, you guys, there's a warrant out for Antonio Brown's arrest for attempted murder. All right. And he's yet to be apprehended. He responded also. Let me see, man. I want to pull this up. Let me put, make sure you guys hit and subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, most dangerous platform on God's green earth. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button once again. I want to pull up. Let me pull up to Antonio Brown and see his response. Let's see if we can see the response here. Oh man, we're gonna speak about Kendrick and his performance. All right. Now, he did respond on social media. Let me see if I can pull this up on. Let me go to his page. All right. What I'm looking for is Antonio's response. He already responded in an Antonio Brown fashion. All right. It might have been on Twitter. It might have been Twitter, but let me double check. AB. All right. Yeah. All right. So this is what AB, this is how he responded. AB said, this is AB's replying. AB's replying on his Instagram page, all right? In which AB says, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Want to play? Play hard. Listen, man, like I told you, AB, boy, that boy don't back down. And even a situation like that, I would have been so eager to speak. So I don't know, for lack of a better term, but I would think that he would have been humble. It looks like these situations are not humbling AB, Antonio Brown. He ain't humble by these situations. Now, should he even be humble? I admire the confidence that AB has. And if them gentlemen really tried to rob AB, he shouldn't be apologetic. AB is showing you he's not even scared about the warrant, attempted murder warrant that's placed on him. I don't think it's an act no more with AB. No. Listen, when Antonio Brown is doing this thing, this ain't an act. This nigga's real Dade County. You heard me? This is not an act. All that shit you see AB doing, he calling out niggas. I see AB calling out a lot of people online. I be like, damn, what AB really on that? Yeah, he's on that. AB's on that. Remember, he got jumped and he ran. After he got jumped, he retaliated, came back, firing shots. Fire. Listen, AB, he's on it. He's one of them. He's him. He's him. You don't respond like that. What don't kill me make me stronger. Y'all want to play? We know AB money long. Hold up. Y'all know AB money long, right? So AB gonna have that lawyer. He gonna have that proper representation in court. AB gonna have that. All right. So big shout out to Antonio Brown. I like the way he not crying. And it looks like, judging by the incident what took place, AB's innocent. Now, in the court of law, morally, AB is right. Let's be clear. Morally, he's right. He got jumped. I don't know what took place before that. I saw the camera footage. He definitely, unequivocally got jumped without a doubt. All right? He retaliated. He came back. Now, when you talk about gun laws, I don't know if he's right within the gun laws, right? Because you're supposed to be in immediate danger, meaning your life has to be in immediate. You have to make that determination. You have to convince the office, convince the court that you was in immediate danger. You couldn't, but it looks like he went running back after the fact. Michael Thomas, shout out Michael Thomas in the building. Michael Thomas says, how is it attempted murder and nobody ain't hit? Facts though, that I don't know. I don't know if nobody was hit. I'm just looking at Michael, I'm just looking at the actual video footage. I didn't see him hit nobody. I didn't see him really aiming the firearm. Nor did I see too much details, but he did definitely let off shots, right? I don't know how it became attempted murder, to be quite honest with you. That's a great question, but that's what the warrant's for, nonetheless, right? Charlie Charger, what you saying? The sign of the times we live in is real. That's a fact, though. Super real. These are the signs of the times. Facts, though. We live in some serious times. Deportation, you know what I'm saying? Diddy trial. We're going to speak about Kanye West showing up at Diddy, and we got to speak about 50 Cent and woo-de-woo. Woo! Yeah, we got to talk about that. But yes, once again, Antonio Brown, he kind of retaliated. He wasn't in immediate danger, meaning somebody got to be confronted. You can't shoot nobody in the back. Y'all got to keep in mind, right? There's rules to having a firearm. You can't shoot nobody in the back. I got friends that spent a lot of times in jail for doing the wrong thing, and they had registered firearms. I know niggas who got registered firearms that still went to jail for killing people, all right, for unaliving people. Let's be clear, for YouTube purposes. Pardon me, right? We got to watch our turns on YouTube. I'm making sure I'm clearing up certain things. But nonetheless, there's an order of operations. You got to do things a certain way. Now, I don't know if Antonio Brown is held under them guidelines, but one thing I do know, they released Antonio Brown. Now, this warrant obviously has been put out, what, a month later? This event, this incident took place like a month ago, maybe even longer. Now they're issuing the warrant? Was it that they looked over the tape and they determined that? Is there somebody in the back that pushed the issue? But what I'm going to say is when Antonio Brown let off them shots, I kind of like, damn, I knew he fucked up. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I knew he messed up because you did it after the fact. If they were confronting you and you shot one of them, you would have been in the right in the court of law. But you ran behind them. They were leaving. You ran. Now, and I'm not a law expert. Mind you guys, we just speculating right now. He might be still in the right. Let's be clear. This is speculation here, right? Antonio Brown might still be in the right because they jumped him and they robbed him. Maybe he went to go retrieve his goods. He said they tried to rob him for a chain. I believe they tried to rob him, man. Yeah. Why not? I know what happens. They jumped the man. Y'all got to read between the lines. I'm a real street dude, so I'm not going to put nothing on nobody, right? Antonio Brown was right for what he did, especially in the not the court of law, but the court of the streets, the court of life, the court of God, eye for an eye. He was right. But now in the court of law, obviously he did something wrong because they wouldn't have been able to charge that man for attempted, a warrant for attempted murder. Now, let's keep in mind, you guys, it's attempted murder. It's not actually murder, right? I don't know about Antonio Brown's prior. I don't know if he got a lot of priors. But one thing I can say is I don't think whatever he's going to face, it's not going to be life-ending. Nonetheless, Antonio Brown is blessed. Obviously, the man's a football player. And he ain't killed nobody. He didn't unalive nobody. All right, let's be clear of that. Big shout out to Antonio Brown. I hope you get through this, my brother. And I hope you beat this, my brother. You know what I mean? I don't got no horse in the race. And I'm more of a fan of Antonio Brown because he's home team, you heard? He's home team. Let's be clear. And that's Miami shit. That's how Miami niggas do. You try to jump a nigga on, fire off in your ass, boy. That part. Hold up. That part. L.O.T.S Food Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 125. You guys, the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. I am the incomparable, the author, imitator, cannot be duplicated, the one that they style from, the elected, appointed voice of the streets. I go by them L.O.T.S approved. You guys, that is the acronym. I'm the Lord of the streets, leader of the streets, learn off the streets. I'm living off the streets because we eat off the land. We eat what we kill here. The most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. I'm going to keep saying that again and again. Public enemy number one. I'm considered the top op. Let's go. All right. Now, listen, we got to speak about this Diddy trial. All right. First of all, we spoke about ISIS, right? We spoke about, keep saying ICE and this deportation thing. Let's talk about this Diddy trial and Mr. Kanye West showing up at the Diddy trial with his wife, Bianca. All right. Now, you guys, I know you guys have been seeing how he's been in support. Hold on, Michael Thomas. Hey, fan. Hold on. Who did we talking about, champ? Hey, fan, who was your coconut man? My coconut man? What you mean? I used to be your coconut man. I used to be your coconut man. That part. Okay. Opalaka, that part. Nah, y'all know, listen. Big shout out to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is saying he used to be my coconut man. If you guys know, I'm super into health, personal training, all that. I always tell you guys, health-wise, right? Start supporting the local vendors on the corner. Y'all see the people that be selling the coconuts on the corner like Mr. Michael Thomas is talking about? You see the Rastaman, the guy with the dreads that's on the corner, the Jamaican man that's on the corner that's juicing and selling the mangoes and the coconuts and the sugar cane, the things that I love. This is what he's saying in the comment section. I used to be your coconut man. Remember coconut water, electrolytes. Coconut water has electrolytes, dog, for dehydration, right? Coconut water cleanses your heart. So he's telling me that's a coconut man. You got to support the local vendors. The best thing you could do. Anytime you see that man that's selling them juices on the corner, the mangoes, the coconuts, go ahead and spend with him. And don't say I never told you something good. All right. Now, let's talk about this Diddy trial. You guys, Diddy's on trial. Mr. Kanye West has been, as of lately, Kanye has been speaking in favor of Diddy. Now, you know, guys, in the past, hold up. In the past, damn, I hope this thing ain't freezing. It's like the reception's going down and things just freeze. You guys let me know in the comment section if things are freezing, right? Kanye used to do beats for Diddy. So Diddy's on the phone with Kanye. Kanye and Diddy have made amends, right? For some reason, Kanye has found this new affinity, new, I don't know, for lack of a better terms, he's renewed his relationship with Diddy. Kanye used to be a producer for Diddy when he first started, right? Y'all remember the college dropout and the early stages of, before college dropout, the early stages of Kanye West when he was just a producer, before he was rapping. Kanye used to be at Diddy's house. That's a studio that Diddy had, all right? A lot of people had a relationship with Kanye prior to him being an actual known rapper. So with that being said, at one point, Kanye and Diddy fell out. Y'all remember when Kanye was referring to Diddy as a federal agent? Kanye was the first person telling us that Diddy is a federal agent, right? You know, Kanye is known to blurt out certain things. And it looks like there was a confrontation that was taking place. Diddy was asking Kanye to meet up with him. Diddy wanted to put hands on Kanye. Let's be honest. Hold up. And I need some water in this bitch. Listen, Diddy was threatening Kanye. Diddy was trying to meet up with Kanye them times. Diddy and Kanye was beefing at one point. They were at odds. Kanye called Diddy an informant. A lot of people say that Sean Combs Diddy is a government informant, right? There's a lot of people that say that. With that being said, at one point, Kanye and Diddy fell out, right? Diddy is seen on making phone calls, things emerging online, showing Diddy trying to contact Kanye, trying to convince Kanye to meet up with him. Now, when you hear Diddy's voice, right? I'm a street nigga. You could tell he was trying to set Kanye up, right? He's talking real polite. You see when people want to do something to you, they start talking polite. You see, if I'm really going to do something to you, I ain't going to be yelling. If I really want to do something to you, I'm going to be doing that. If I'm yelling, I really don't want to do nothing to you. You know, they say when somebody's loud, they're not really trying to do nothing because if they're going to do something, they would just do it. That is exactly true. If you ever see me yelling at somebody, it's because I don't want to do it. You're frustrating me. And that's why I'm getting louder, because you're frustrating me. But you see, when I'm committed to doing something to somebody, I get lower. I talk lower. I might even laugh a little bit, like a little uncomfortable laugh. But in my mind, I'm thinking, what's my next move? I'm trying to get up on you. I'm trying to do what I'm going to do something to you, right? That's how Diddy was trying to meet up with Kanye. So Diddy and Kanye were at odds. They wasn't friends, right? Now, fast forward, you guys, Diddy right now going through all this trial and everything. Somewhere, somehow, Kanye West has found some type of sympathy. This sympathy, some compassion. I don't know where he found the compassion. I don't know at what time did he find this compassion for Diddy. All of a sudden, you guys have been seeing Kanye West speaking. Mr. Yeezy, formerly known as Kanye West, Yeezy, has been announcing his support for Sean Combs. Very ironic. Surprisingly enough, he's showing his support for Diddy. In these times, and we're going to speak about all the other people that are not showing support for Sean Combs. There's a lot of people that were down with Diddy at one point. There was a lot of people that was in Diddy's corner that you no longer see these people, right? We don't even got to say all the names, but you guys remember the people that was standing next to Diddy. Artists, big CEOs, big execs, billion-dollar niggas. Yeah, I don't even want to say his name right now because, you know, people saying these people names now, people channels getting shut down. Remember, this is the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. People are saying certain people's name and their channels are getting shut down. So I got to be mindful, right? Once again, big up to Charlie Charger. You good, keep flowing. That part. Thank you, family. I was wondering if things was freezing, but things looking clear right now, right? But nonetheless, people that are speaking on behalf that are mentioning the people that were once in cahoots with Diddy, the people that were once in support of Diddy, Diddy's comrades, his allies. None of Diddy's allies are sticking up for him. Now, we know Stevie J, but Stevie J is more like a minion, right? Stevie J is not he's not a powerful ally. He doesn't have public influence. He's not a public figure. There's some public figures that are not speaking on behalf of Diddy. But throughout Diddy's career and all his accomplishments, they stood right next to Diddy and professed their alliance with Diddy. They glorified their relationship for Diddy. We're not seeing that. I don't want to say certain people's name because once again, you guys, if you guys know I'm talking about the billion-dollar people, The people you saw in them videos at them events, the ones that come to his events every year, they're not speaking on that, rightfully so. Some of these people are implemented in the case. So that's not what they're speaking. But out of all these people, Kanye has found the cojones, the balls, to speak up on behalf of Diddy. Now, is it genuine? You know we got to speak about 50 Cent baby mama Daphne. We got to tread light with 50 also, right? This is the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. Remember I told you. Hold up. There's a lot to speak. There's a lot to unpack here. All right. Kanye West is seen walking inside, showing up at the Diddy trial in support for Diddy. People are questioning his intentions. Are they genuine? Kanye West is being accused of some of the similar things that Diddy has been accused of, right? Not all, respectfully. But Kanye say he's a cuck too. Kanye says he's a cuck too. So I think Kanye professes how Diddy's his idol. Everything Kanye wanted to follow in the exact steps of Diddy. This is out of his own mouth. Kanye said he looks up to Diddy. He wanted to do everything that Diddy was doing. He glorified Diddy's lifestyle. And you see what came with the lifestyle. This is a lot to unpack here. Kanye, like I said, you guys, Kanye West is seen attending Diddy's event, his trial, in support of Diddy. The question is he implemented in this case? All right, Daphne, 50 Cent, I don't know, Daphne Joy, I don't know her name, her last name, but Mrs. Daphne, this is 50 Cent baby mama. You guys see 50 Cent online. 50 Cent is responding in a 50 Cent fashion, right? Some people are saying that 50 is not, he's starting to clown himself, basically, right? You know, you kind of clown yourself. It's a strategy that people use. People make fun of themselves before other people make fun of them. So it kind of like disarms you. If I make fun of myself, you can't diss me no longer. The power in making fun of somebody is them being angry. But if this same person is laughing at their own selves and even putting up information and they're posting the jokes on their page, every joke you make about me, I'm just going to post on my page. We all going to laugh at the situation. It's a great, great, great defense. And this is what 50's doing. But people are saying 50 is actually hurt by the situation. Now, Daphne, she's brought into court now. Daphne, in court transcripts, what they're saying is, Daphne saying out of her own mouth that she had a FO with another celebrity couple. There's other people involved. Now, some people are insinuating that other couple was Kanye and Bianca. But some people are saying it's another couple. And I don't want to mention the couple, right? And I'm not saying it's the other couple. I'm not even insinuating that. I'm just showing you guys how we got to tread lightly up here, right? But there's other people that are implemented in this case. She said she had an FO with another couple, another celebrity couple. And a lot of people are on the assumption that that was Kanye West. And some people say that that's the reason why Kanye came to court today. Speculation. Speculation. I'm only speculating. Allegedly, that's what they're saying, right? But seeing how 50 Cent is approaching it, 50 Cent heart is callous. Obviously, it's callous. But through all the jokes and the memes and the posts, I think there's something deeper there. That's just gonna hurt anybody. 50 got kids with this girl, with this woman. Obviously, it's affecting Phil. this would affect any man. Through all the jokes that 50's making, honestly, and respecting him, because that's probably the best way you should handle it. You never let him see you sweat. You might as well just continue with the slack shit. Just continue. Because if you don't, people gonna say, oh, he's affected by it. That was a blow to him. Nah, you don't let him see you sweat. You don't show no chinks in your armor. Just keep pushing. So I admire what 50's doing. But beneath that, I'm curious to know how much that shit's really affecting them. And I don't even have to ask him. I just got to look within myself as a man, because we all got an ego as men. We got egos. And I know that shit's affecting them, because that shit's affecting your family, your kids in situations. Your kid is going to be privy to this information. You can't hide it from him for too long. I wonder how the other son is feeling about this situation. This ain't even nothing for nobody to be laughing at. I don't think nobody who's watching this situation has the luxury of laughing at 50. I don't think nobody in this situation has the luxury to laugh at 50. I don't even think 50's son could laugh at him. Marquise, I don't think he's laughing. If he is, you don't have that luxury, homie. For the men that are at home, for all of us men that are at home, that are looking at 50 like, oh, 50 chose that hole. 50 this, 50 that. This could happen to anybody, let's be clear. Hold up. Hold up. Let's be clear, y'all. Listen, shots fired. Listen, this can happen to anybody. So anybody that's laughing at home, I want you guys to really reflect and look back at yourself, right? Let me tell you something. Black men, I see somebody online speaking about this on the podcast about the black men and how when we rise to a certain rank, we choose these particular type of women. And these women are within the same circles. And for some reason, we all fall victim to the same women as black men. This is a black man thing, all right? This is a mankind thing. This is not a 50 Cent thing, right? This has to do with any person, any black man that's making money, rising in the ranks of society, right? You're going to run into these type of women that are doing these type of things for doing something strange for some change. Look at the aesthetics. She's black. She's like black Oriental. Let me tell you something. Some of the most prettiest women on the earth, when you mix that black with that, you mix black with white, beautiful. You mix black with Chinese, beautiful. You mix black with Indian, beautiful. That strength of that black, the strength of our DNA mixed with these different complexions, and it just makes something great, right? So when you see women like this, I consider these women, they're exotic women. That's what I'm trying to get to. Daphne's exotic. She's like one of them Chinese black women. China doll black women. One of the best blood combinations you can make is Chinese and black. Beautiful. With that being said, you know, when you rise in the ranks coming from the hood, you don't really have access to these type of women. So these women can hypnotize you at times. It has nothing to do with her integrity. We talking about beauty. We ain't talking about integrity right now. This is what happens when you fall for beauty. Keep in mind, this woman's she's within the same circle. Other men have been with this woman. Now they're starting to bring a Cuban link to 50's past the woman that he was dating. All right, there's a girl that goes by the Cuban link. She's beautiful, dog, and she looked Chinese too, Chinese black. She's Oriental black. I believe she's from Philly. O'Malley used to date the woman that 50 Cent was dating, Cuban link. Let's be clear. She used to date O'Malley, right? That's Dream Chasers, Meek Mill. That's who she used to be dating. All right, that's who Ross was saying she been like it, Maybach. She's been like it. She was on this side. What I'm trying to say is Cuban Link is known in the industry. All right. When I see Cuban Link, all I see is her on vacations, showing off her body. Now, mind you, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. I'm not even mad at that, to be quite honest with you. But you guys, when you see these women, these beautiful, gorgeous women always flaunting their body on IG, you guys got to keep in mind, right? One starts to wonder, what does she do to even deserve that lifestyle? How is Cuban Link afforded? Yo, Cuban Link is on the biggest yachts, mega yachts. She's always on vacation. Her life is a vacation. She has monetized her life, but it's not coming out of her pocket. These women are very beautiful women that live lavish lifestyles. What I'm alluding to, these women are looking for sponsors. 50 was a sponsor. Cuban Link, when you guys see these women on the, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, and I'm going to be careful because I don't want to, it's not about condemning them. These are beautiful women. This is more of a lesson. This channel is not even about condemning people, to be quite honest with you. I'm not a shock value person, if you see my platform, right? But she flaunts herself. You know that she's not the one it's not coming out her pocket. She's not paying for those flights. She's not paying for those hotels. She's not paying, I would say she damn near not even paying for all the clothes that she's wearing. Obviously, they're taking her shopping. A beautiful woman like that. Imagine if you get your first check. If you really start getting a check, you see a woman like Cuban Link. Come on, she gonna make you come out your pocket. You're gonna feel compelled to like. The average nigga in the hood does not have a chance with a woman of that caliber. Hold up. All right, let's be clear. Let's be honest with ourselves. The average nigga in the hood cannot have a girl like Cuban Link. The probability of a person getting with a girl like Cuban Link is slim to none. You only see her with men that are like celebrities. And we talking about the caliber. Like O'Malley, he was the man next to the man. 50's that nigga. No Diddy. But you gotta be honest, 50's that nigga. Right? Those are the caliber niggas that she's dealing with. Now I see her, she's moving around with Travis Scott also. So Cuban Link is moving with 50 and she also moving around with Travis Scott too. Let's be clear. But I just sit back and I was speaking to somebody the other day, I said, damn, I see her when she left 50, she's still on yachts. I thought she was going to be a lawyer or something. I remember Kim went to go be a lawyer. I don't know if Kim graduated, but I know Cuban Link was planning on being a lawyer. I don't see Cuban Link on IG speaking nothing about the lawyer. I don't see events. I just see vacation after vacation after vacation. And it seems like she left 50 Cent and Cuban Link ain't miss a step. That girl Cuban Link left 50 Cent and she ain't miss a step. She's still on vacations. She's still on mega yachts. She's still fine as fuck. Not a bag under her eyes. She don't look stressed. She's thriving. She's living. As if that relationship with 50, it was just a slight bump in the road. But nonetheless, she's back out there showing herself off and making herself available for the next opportunity, for the next person. That's what I'm seeing. So to see 50 Cent now going through this with Daphne and stuff like that, it's just weird. In our community, we have to scale back and we got to kind of look at ourselves and we got to try to avoid this in our community. Like I wish we could kind of avoid that type of behavior. I wish somebody could give somebody some forewarning. Now, this might fall on deaf ears, but us dating, like when we get in the industry, dating the same women, that needs to cease. Obviously, if this woman dates nothing but men in the same circle, you have to put this woman in a category. Woman like Cuban Link, she goes in a category. Now, she's beautiful. So there's always going to be a man that wants Cuban Link, right? So it's not about condemning her. But it's more so about the next person who's thinking that love she has for them is genuine. That's the person I'm speaking to. $50's getting clowned right now for Daphne, and he's joining in the festivities. And this is very interesting to watch. Because at one point, 50 was clowning Diddy. Now, ironically enough, 50 is sucked into it. No Diddy. No pun intended. I guess pun intended. Now 50 is looking like 50's getting clowned right now, right? Now, does it really affect 50? No, because once I told you guys again, this can happen to anybody. So if anybody out there that's laughing at 50 Cent, you need to reassess yourself. This is life. This is the life that we deal with, right? And any man that's successful, whether black, white, whatever your race is, there's women out there like that are just waiting. They're preying on you. All right? There's women out there preying on you. And that's what I'm saying is such and so for Mr. 50 Cent as well as, I'm not going to say so much Diddy. And let's even talk about that, how Diddy got back at 50. I see why 50 goes so hard at Diddy. Diddy, that's a low blow. You see when niggas be warring and niggas be implementing people's family, you start implementing somebody's girl and their kids, that's when the war has gone too far. You're gone too far, Biggs. That's when the war went too far. When you start implementing people's kids and you start messing with their household, their wife, their girlfriends, their kids. When you pry into people's family, that would make somebody have a grudge against you forever. Once you split somebody's home, he's gonna hate you forever. That's gonna be a grudge, a chip on his shoulder that he gonna have forever. And y'all know 50 don't forget nothing. 50 don't forget shit. And you telling me, Diddy knew that was 50 baby mama. Diddy did that on purpose. Every time Diddy disrespected Daphne, 50's baby mama, that was for 50. The mistreatment of Daphne, he did that because he wanted to affect 50. He probably treated Daphne worse just because he knew that was 50's baby mama. Not probably. That's what I feel. Also, let's talk about the people that the people that are saying that are not in support of Diddy, but that was standing next to him. I keep hearing about the Young Miami. Big shout out to Young Miami home team. This is not about Young Miami per se. Like I said, we ain't condemning Lil Mama, but she was standing next to Diddy. Young Miami name is being brought up throughout the trial consistently. Wow. Every mistress is bringing up Young Miami's name. Young Miami's name has been brought up. Carisha Brownlee, her name has been brought up multiple times in this trial. Young Miami was the straw that broke the camel's back. When Diddy got with Young Miami, Diddy never paraded around with his women, his mistresses like that. You see, Cassie was with him because I think Cassie was the replacement for J-Lo. You guys let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me, but I think Cassie was the replacement for J-Lo. So after a while, Diddy was seen with Cassie in ball gowns at the biggest events, galas, whatever, award shows, holding hand in hand with Cassie. Once you go hand in hand with any woman, that's not a mistress. Let's be clear. I'm hearing people saying Cassie's not a mistress. Now, she could have started off as a mistress. But when you seen around town, when you parading around town holding a woman's hand, that ain't your mistress. That's the woman that represents you. She represented Diddy. Diddy picked her to represent him. And that made every other mistress, that created animosity amongst the rest of his mistress. Throughout this whole trial, you guys are seeing that every other mistress is bringing up Young Miami's name. When Diddy was seen walking around with Young Miami, investing in Young Miami with the podcast, doing songs with Young Miami, the features, Act Bad, Act Bad, Act Bad. He was doing songs in Young Miami. He did a podcast with Young Miami. He was doing business ventures with Carisha. This right here, this is what caused a lot of the animosity. This is what caused a lot of women to turn on Diddy, because he's walking around with a PYT. Hold up. Wait. Listen, check this out. This is eerily reminiscent of Tory Lanez. This is how a woman can bring down your empire. Now, ladies, y'all know this. I need women to be on my side with this because y'all know I don't condemn women. I was raised by a woman. But we got to have these conversations, right? Hold up. Diddy went for the PYT, the pretty young thing. Y'all got to keep in mind when these women, I will always tell women, when you guys flaunt your body, right? And you say your body's your best asset that you bring to the table, my looks, my beauty. I don't have to know how to clean. I don't have to know how to do certain things, right? You're going to get replaced by a woman that's pretty and younger. She has youth on her side. She has time on her side. She can be more molded. You're kind of like stuck in your ways a little bit. So 50, not 50, but Diddy replaced all these women with Young Miami. And Young Miami caused a domino effect of all the mistresses turning on Diddy. And that's what we're seeing in the trial right now. All you keep hearing is Young Miami's name constantly being mentioned throughout this trial with witnesses, right? Victims, etc. And Young Miami, she didn't help it no better. Y'all got to keep in mind, Young Miami, she's on Diddy's side. She's proclaimed her support for Diddy. And when everybody's against her, when everybody's against Diddy, she stands by his side. She even hit a like the other day. Somebody left a comment saying something about saying that how she's not playing how they appreciate that Young Miami's not playing the victim role and she's still doing her thing. People are loving that. People love that Young Miami's not playing the victim role. And they put that online and Young Miami hit the like on that. So you guys see that Young Miami's still in favor of Diddy, right? She's still in support of Diddy. Young Miami used to be beefing with Daphne. We don't got to repeat what she told Daphne. She told Daphne something like, y'all know I could have made if I told Diddy to make you do something, you would have did it. And you know what she was referring to. She said, I could have told Diddy to make you do that. You lucky I didn't tell Diddy to make you do that. And Young Miami said it was so much confidence that I believed her. All right. Nonetheless, you guys see, so it looks like Young Miami was playing her role, and her being a Miami woman, y'all know how our women get down. They down for their nigga. They down for all this shit. This is one of the tricking capitals. You know what I mean? So this is natural for the women down here. You get me? You know what I'm saying? And I love Miami women, period. So it ain't about that. But, you know what I mean? She just was down for the program. I think she more played that role. And she's a pretty young black woman. And I think, honestly, that Diddy loved walking around with that pretty brown-skinned black woman. Throughout the J-Los, the Spanish, the fair-skinned women, the Chinese, black, and all these fair-skinned women, I honestly believe that Diddy liked it moving around because Diddy never had a nice, beautiful. Now, remember, Kim was beautiful. But we talking about voluptuous. Young Miami's voluptuous. She's young. She's young, outspoken. She knows how to flaunt her thing. You know, it's the way the women flaunt their hips. She has that sex appeal. Young Miami brought down the empire. When Diddy pursued Young Miami, that's what caused everything to start collapse. And I'm not saying she's responsible for Diddy being charged with a charge, but that's what caused these other women to turn on Diddy, right? And you guys seen that's what's persuading the trial right now. Where the trial's going, I don't know. But once again, I was going to tell you guys, we not here to anybody that's making fun of Diddy, anybody that's making fun of 50, any black man out here that's making fun of Diddy, 50 about these women, you're not afforded that luxury. All right, this could happen to anybody. These men are multi-million-dollar men that have never been in these situations. They're being preyed upon with the most beautiful, amongst the most beautiful women in the world are preying on these men. And we all can fall victim to a beautiful woman. No man on earth is exempt from falling victim to a beautiful woman. The power that women have, the things between that thing between their legs. There's something that God gave women an ability. It's like magic to subdue a man. All right? To seduce a man. And it's something magical there. So I'm not going to take the opportunity to laugh at these gentlemen once again. L.O.T.S. Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 125. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Don't be a ninja watcher. That's the person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher. That's just a hater. And you definitely want to be one of these, ladies and gentlemen. We call that a peeping time. If y'all don't know what they do to peeping time, just don't go to jail. You will never have to find out. All right? We call this wipe your feet on the rug. Make sure when you guys come to the building, you guys are hitting the like button. Don't just walk in the house of L.O.T.S approved. This is the house. I built this for us. At least wipe your feet on the rug when you come in. I took the time to build it. Just come in here and wipe your feet on the rug. Just hit the like button. That's it. It don't cost you nothing. Much appreciated. Make YouTube recommend this content once you hit that like button. Don't embarrass the people that raised you. You don't walk in somebody's house without wiping your feet on the rug. You ain't never walk in your granddaddy, your grandmama house, your auntie house without wiping your feet on the rug. You know what's going to happen. You're going to get bust over your head as soon as you turn. All right? Now, you guys, we got more to speak about, what else we got here? Wow. And this last but not least, we got to speak about this. All right, you guys, let's talk about the Kendrick. Let's talk about this Kendrick Lamar performing in Canada. Hold up. First of all, shots fired. I had a click like her from when I used to ride bicycles. I had a chick like her. Hold up. Let me read this comment section. I had a chick like her from when I used to ride bicycles. That part, I believe. Shout out to Charlie, Michael Thomas. Big up to Rudolph Barmir. Big up yourself. Big up Uno self. All right. Now, let's talk about, you guys. Last but not least, we got to talk about this Kendrick Lamar. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new viewers, listen, it's a safe place. You guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're a recurring viewer, you guys know you should be ashamed of yourself. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right. Now, let's talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. All right, you guys, Kendrick Lamar recently performed in Canada. This is the performance that everybody has been anticipating. Let's be clear. A lot of people tried to go to Canada and perform. You guys see what happened. They was met with force, all right? People were there waiting on their attendance. A lot of times there was shows that were shut down. Niggas never got a chance to perform because Drake has that much power in Canada. So let's be clear. Kendrick's like one of the, I know other people have been successful, but Kendrick, let's be clear, is the number one most successful person that after the beef with Kendrick has been able to successfully go to Canada and do a performance. Let's be clear, a lot of people that have so-called beef with Drake have went to Canada and was met with force, right? What term I want to use? They when they got there, you got people waiting out there, right? Trying to shut down their shows. Like a guy named by the name of Top 5. I recall Top 5, Lil Tyler. Tyler that's down with Kodak. Shout out Tyler, Florida. Lil Tyler went to Canada and they shut down his show because they were, I guess they was threatening to come to the show and shut it down. He was unable to perform subsequently, right? There's a lot of other, I think, I don't know if it was Ab-Soul or Schoolboy Q. They went to Canada. I think they were unable to perform. Also, the event was shut down. They were advised not to perform by Canada, the authorities. They said don't perform. It wouldn't be in your best interest. Y'all seen Fat Boy. Y'all seen what happened, home team. Shout out to Maybach. When Ross went out to Canada, y'all seen what happened, right? Niggas is scrapping. Shout out to Sam Sneak. Shout out to all them boys that I was fighting out there, right? But you guys see what happened. They was met with force, opposing force. Nonetheless, you guys, recently, Kendrick Lamar is seen performing in Canada. Hold up. I've been waiting for this day for Kendrick to perform, right? I didn't know how successful he would be in achieving that, in completing that mission. Because I've seen a lot of people go to Canada, and once again, they were unable to complete that mission. Nonetheless, you guys, Kendrick Lamar was seen on stage. I don't know what arena he was at, but Kendrick Lamar was seen on stage doing this amazing performance. He performed Euphoria. He performed all them songs. Them songs where he's talking about Drake in depth, in detail. The accusations. A minor. I don't want to see you say the word nigga. He said all these things during the show. Watching the video, he gave an amazing performance. Thousands of people in attendance. Thousands. A lot of Canadians were in attendance. It makes you think, if they were supporting Kendrick, then there's actually people in Canada that don't like Drake. And it might not be all that don't like Drake. Maybe some people just like Drake and Kendrick. Nonetheless, they were there to support Kendrick. Now, like I said, you guys, I didn't expect Kendrick to go there and perform them songs. I didn't really expect him to go there and perform them songs just based off of the track record of things that took place prior to him performing. I didn't even think that the country of Canada would allow somebody to come in there, because Drake is kind of like the mascot of Canada. Drake is the mascot of Canada. Drake can get you in Canada. You know, it's hard to get in Canada. Drake has connections with the border, customs, and all that. He can get you in Canada. Regardless if you got felonies, regardless of your background, he can get you in. Drake is the mascot of the Raptors. Drake represents Canada in its entirety. He's an ambassador for Canada. He's Canada's golden goose. He's the face of Canada, the mascot of Canada. To see Kendrick performing without a care in the world, and I know he had some type of care, but the way it looks on stage, the confidence that he exuded. He's wearing these big shiny pants. He's wearing red. You know he blood. You know what he rep. So he's wearing his blood. Very confident. Kendrick didn't appear to be not the least bit timid. Kendrick was having a ball on that stage, bro. Kendrick Lamar was having a ball on that stage. Let's be clear. And he looked very serious, very concentrated. Kendrick was on a mission. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I want to clap it up. You guys, I want to clap it up for Kendrick Lamar. What I want to do is I want to clap it up for Kendrick Lamar for executing the plan from A to Z. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. He executed a plan from A to Z. To me, I think this may be, I think this sealed the deal at this point. Anything after this, I would believe, is going to be overkill. Anything after this point, what Kendrick just did in Canada is considered overkill. You performed in a man's country, had his own people enjoying what he's saying. And these songs that you're making, they're not your typical diss songs. The songs that you're making, the diss songs that you're making about Drake, these are character crippling. It might not cripple his career. We see that Drake still has a high demand. He's still the top streaming artist. He still got all the accolades. Drake is loved. That's not going to change. But Drake, the man, the image of Drake, like his integrity of Drake, that is damaged. There's chinks in that armor. He damaged it. And he executed his plan from A to Z. I got to give Kendrick Lamar his credit on this one. From A to Z. You actually made it to this. You made it to his home. You made it to his country and performed Euphoria. You say, I want him to stop saying the word nickel. You made it to that point, right? You guys. Now, a lot of people was wondering, how was Kendrick able to do that? I didn't see Kendrick on stage with a bunch of goons. I know Kendrick was moving out to thugging, but you can't really thug it in Canada like that. You're from America. You can't just come to Canada and thug it like that. Right? I know you ain't come to Canada with a bunch of guns like that. I don't know if you had a Canada crew that was waiting on you like that. But what I did see was when Kendrick left, it was very reminiscent to when, you guys remember when Drake went to perform in Philly? Do you guys remember when Drake went to perform in Philly? Do you guys recall when Drake left the performance? Remember, this is at the height of Drake and Meek Mill beef, right? Back to back. It's kind of like the same thing, but this one is a little bit deeper because he's going deeper into the man's character. Drake didn't break down. Drake didn't go into the psyche of Meek Mill. He just summarized Meek Mill's career. Oh, your girl's the leader, your girl da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. All that, the Nicki Minaj thing, pinning them against each other, who's the more successful one. He did that, right? Let's be clear, Kendrick is antagonizing this man's character. He's picking apart his character. But y'all remember when Drake was leaving that arena, wherever he was performing at, you know Drake do arenas. I went to a Drake performance. He does arenas, right? There was a line of police. A line of police. Drake had to be escorted out of Philly. Drake came to perform. Back to back and all these songs, because you know you got to perform them same songs you trying to, nigga. You got to perform in his city. Drake got escorted off the property by hundreds of officers. You seen he was being escorted by officers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the same as Kendrick Lamar in Canada. If y'all see how many officers that had to escort Kendrick Lamar, if y'all see how many Canadian officers, the line of police that was escorting, that had to be there at that event, wow. This when I came to the conclusion, oh, okay, that's how he performed. That's what gave me that answer. That's how he was able to perform. Because I think definitely if Drake definitely tried to sabotage something. I really believe that Drake tried to sabotage that performance. That's why so many officers out there. A lot of people move on Drake's behalf. It's not to say that Drake pushed the button either. But yeah, I think Drake definitely influenced that. I think Drake tried to shut down that performance. I think Drake tried to do something. Drake tried to sabotage that performance. That's why so many officers were in attendance. Now, some people might say that, no, it was just voluntary people, voluntarily. It wasn't necessarily Drake who sent them, just the fans. Maybe so, some. Yeah, there could have been some threats, some. But judging by Drake's track record, y'all know Drake light-skinned now. Y'all know Drake, you guys know Drake, certain things, Drake is going to put that call in. It's been proven throughout his track record. Aubrey will put that call in. He'll put that call in and stop your mojo, stop your how you say, stop your motion. Yeah, he'll do that. Yeah, Drake will do that. It's been proven. It's been proven. It's been documented. No, we ain't just gonna say, oh no, these are just people that are just Drake fans, so they just doing it on behalf of Drake, but Drake is not the one pushing he's not green lighting. No, Drake is green lighting shit. And I believe Drake tried to green light something on Kendrick Lamar. That's why all them officers was out there. I don't even think that Kendrick Lamar requested all them officers to be there, because that ain't gangster. And Kendrick Lamar, contrary to popular belief, Kendrick Lamar is from a hood in Cali, a blood hood. He's a blood. All right? Contrary to popular belief. I'm in Florida, and I know that. So, yeah, I think that Drake tried to sabotage that event, and that's why you saw all them officers there. But nonetheless, you guys, Kendrick Lamar gave a phenomenal performance. You guys clap it up for Kendrick Lamar for having the balls, the integrity to plot, execute this plan for Drake's demise. Drake is still alive, but he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. And he executed it, and he did the show that was needed, the show in Canada. That was the show that we was waiting for. All right, L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot Mention Podcast, episode number 125. Once again, you guys, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated, the one they took their style from. I'm the one that keeps creating what they keep taking. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets. I go by the name of L.O.T.S Approved, you guys. That's an acronym. That's the Lord of the streets, leader of the streets, learning off the streets. Living off the streets. When I say living off the streets, I'm referring to eating off the land. We hustle, so we eat what we kill here. That part. Simple as that. All right. I want to welcome everybody to the most dangerous podcast on God's green earth. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. And welcome everybody to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 125. That's it. Bow. Don't shoot the messenger. This messenger shoots back. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Michael Thomas, let's look at this comment section. Make sure I read out these last comments. He said hip hop is promoting this rap beef stuff. That's a fact, though. Yeah, but it's a part of the culture. It's a part of the culture. You definitely right that he's getting. Drake fucked a lot of these niggas bitches. All right, and Michael Thomas, if that's what you wonder, if you're wondering why Drake he's getting, if you wondering why niggas is coming at Drake the way they've been coming at Drake, if you wonder why the industry has turned on Drake and all his allies, it's because Drake has an affinity for looking at other men's women. Drake is the type of dude, if he like your woman, he's gonna find a way to get next to her. It's been proven. Diddy slapped Drake. Remember that. Drake has been going through his beef in the industry. Drake's form of retaliation is getting your woman, which is a very effective, very effective strategy. You want to get a man off his A game. If you want to get a nigga out of his body, if you want to disrupt a man's life, get with the woman in his life. It could be his current woman. It could be his past woman. It could be the woman that he's courting that he wants in the future. If you get between that, you're going to have a real issue. And that's the line that's why Drake gets the hate that he gets. If it wasn't that, this would just be a simple battle of words. Who's better? Because Drake always talking about he's the number one rapper. Yeah, that caused that because he said he's the number one rapper. But that ain't caused all his allies to turn on him. It's Drake's affinity for wanting the same thing you want. When Drake sees you with a woman, he's fantasizing about your woman. All right? That part. L.O.T.S Approved Media, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 125. You guys do me a favor. When you guys are in here, make sure you guys hit that like button. Don't leave out of here without hitting the like button. You guys make sure, do not leave out of here without hitting the like button. Now, I want to leave out with this, you guys. I see the climate of what's going on out here. You guys be safe out there. You guys see what's going on in Cali with the deportation and everything. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about that, right? But I see a lot of people are at odds right now, and a lot of people are in fear of their life. Ladies, stop calling the police on your man. Ladies, stop threatening your husbands to get them deported. I got two people that I know. One of them is a good friend that are in Chrome right now. Soon will be deported. All right? Let's cut that out. If this thing, like how it's predicted to happen, they're saying the same thing that's happening in California may happen in Miami. You guys see what's going on with the sheriff in Brevard, explaining if certain things happen. I'm reiterating this again. If this happened, what the actions that they're going to take, so you guys keep that in mind. All right? They're prepared. They're prepared. With that being said, let's make some outro music. Make sure you guys enjoy your weekend. Once again, you guys, we're bringing this to a closure. Make sure you guys, it's a Friday. Make sure you guys enjoy your weekend, all right? Last but not least, last words of encouragement. Failure and discouragement are the stepping stones to success, you guys. In order to experience success, you're going to experience failure and discouragement. Those are the stepping stones to success. If you guys can withstand the failure and discouragement, you guys will be successful, obviously. And all you're going to need is God. Don't worry about the people that you expect that are going to support you. God's going to send you angels that are going to come to support you. There's always going to be somebody to support you if you put your faith in God and you do God's will. Remember, discouragement and failure are the stepping stones to success. Last but not least, the highest mountain has the best view. I don't know what you guys get from it, but let me just tell you, all right? Steep hills. You climbing up a steep hill with life. You see the economy, what's going on right now. This is a very steep hill, okay? So you guys keep in mind the highest mountain has the best view. Keep climbing that mountain no matter how many obstacles you got to climb, get around, the ditches, the rain, the rough terrain, you know what I mean, the hurdles. Keep climbing that mountain. Once you get to that mountain, it's going to be a beautiful view. You're going to have the best view of life. Once you climb that mountain, that steep hill, you're going to have a better view than all of us. You're going to be able to see from far. You're going to be able to see everything that is available, all the options and resources, because you have the mountain, you have an eagle's eye view, because you climbed that high mountain. So now you have a better outlook on life, much wiser, and like I said, a better outlook. All right, make sure you guys enjoy this weekend. Hopefully you guys will be back here on Tuesday. All right, you guys get a chance, check out some of the interviews that we did, and I have some other interviews coming that I'm setting up. All right, so you guys stay tuned. With that being said, I'm out. L.O.T.S. for me, don't shoot the message, but this message shoots back. Click.